Welcome to Brands Hatch here in Kent for the latest round of the Dunlop VAG Trophy. Now the spectacular 2.433 mile Grand Prix circuit awaits these contenders, and the combination of the two makes sure we'll be in for some fantastic racing. As the cars line up behind me for their final race of the weekend, Harry took the honours yesterday. It'll be a battle royal into that first corner. Here's Ben with the grid.
Thanks, Dinah. An absolutely huge field then for the Dunlop VAG Trophy, headed by Harry Volkard. He shares the front row with James Pyle. In row 2, Stuart Lyons and Martin Cully. Rob Allam and Chris Mohan well up in Class B. An absolutely gigantic entry as ever. They stretch out almost the entire length of the Brabham Straight. Paul Taylor for 22nd. I think he should climb. Andrew Aldridge completes the 33 car field as we get ready for the off, and away we go. It's a good start from Harry Volkard, also well aware of the two Scirocco's of James Pyle and Stuart Lyons. And it's Pyle who's got second place. Lyons, the bright green car, third as they turn through Paddock Hill Bend for the first time. And eyes surely cast towards the sky as well. Nervousness about whether or not there'll be some precipitation as Volkard leads the way, Pyle and Lyons. Then we've got the Beetle next up of Martin Cully as everybody safely through Druids. Lyons up into second place, James Pyle in third as they sprint along the Cooper Straight towards Surtees for the first time of asking. Also well up, we've got a couple of the Class B runners. Darren Bedford is up, he is about 6th place. Plenty of side-by-side action through the field. It's the beauty of the Dunlop VAG Trophy. Almost wherever you are on the field, there's someone to race with. The exception maybe being Harry Volkard, because he is having a superb first lap. He's beginning to build up a little bit of a buffer over the rest of the field. More jostled position there is Paul Taylor. Change of weapon for him this weekend. Is a trusty Golf replaced by a Seat Cupra car. And Taylor, though, scything up through the field. Nonetheless, he's always been a master of absolutely exceptional first laps. Another immaculate Scirocco in the shape of the entry for David Fairbrother as James Pyle picks up the pace, though he has got Cully and also Richard Morgan just in behind him. So this is the fight for third place. Pyle in the Scirocco, then it is the white Beetle of Martin Cully, Richard Morgan, the red and silver Golf. They accelerate along the straight. Richard Morgan looks to the outside of Martin Cully as they get on the brakes into Paddock Hill Bend, and Morgan finds that the Beetle is exactly where he wanted to place the Golf, and therefore he can't challenge at Paddock. What about up Hawthorne Hill into Druids? Richard Morgan looks to the inside of Martin Cully. Martin covers the line at Druids. There's no way through on that occasion. While, of course, at the front of the field, Harry Volkard is beginning to make good a little bit of an escape. But the equalisation formula works so well in the Dunlop VAG Trophy. You've got Scirocco versus Beetle versus Golf. You've got a car that's eligible. You're going to find someone to race with, and you're going to be competitive. As around Surtees, the fight for fourth, and it's still very intense. Down Pilgrims drops the race leader Volkard. Then Stuart Lyons and James Pyle begin to come back at him, as he's just been able to shake off the attentions of Martin Cully and Richard Morgan. Morgan accelerates out of Hawthorne. Martin Cully, though, still doing exactly what he needs to do, which is stick to the racing line, make Richard Morgan do all the hard work in terms of trying to navigate a way around him. Through Sheen, Richard Morgan just gives the curves a little bit of a wide berth, a bit lower down the order. Plenty of battling to enjoy. It's Tony Taylor trying to make a little bit of progress. He looks to the inside. The car in front at Westfield, no way through there. He's also moving up through the order is David Fairbrother. He is being aided and abetted in that by the fact that he's got Paul Taylor closing onto his tail. It's Tony Harberman in the bright red Beetle whom they're negotiating. As Taylor looks to the outside line at Paddock Hill Bend, he doesn't even need to take it because he's through well before they need to get heavily on the brakes. Down through the right-hander, then climbing up Elwood Hill. David Fairbrother driver we see on a fairly regular basis in the Dunlop VAG Trophy. The next car along, by the way, is Darren Bedford, who is currently right at the fore of Class B. Bedford having a good start to the race. Immaculately prepared car there for Tony Harberman, and that is one of the beauties of this championship. The preparation really is second to none. The Class B Golfs having, as ever, a very busy time of it. There's Dan Gibbs, who moves clear of Tony Penfold. The next car along is Clayton Kingman. They're busy doing battle for about 20th position at the moment, and there is a large number of cars looking to claim that spot. Also Adam Harns trying to join the battlers onto three wheels, running out over the grass there. Clayton Kingman, spectacular stuff at Surtees. This is a battle for Class B. It's the black car of Darren Bedford, just behind him the blue machine of Mike Smith. This has really been the narrative of the year in Class B. Smith and Bedford have been right at the front of it. They've got Tim Mole just behind them, but Mole, a Class A runner. So they accelerate towards Clark Curve. David Fairbrother coming under pressure from Paul Taylor. They're both beginning to close up onto the tail of Martin Cully, who started so strongly but is just beginning to fade in the Beetle a little bit. Fairbrother looks to the inside of Martin Cully. Oh, that's going to be very, very tight through Druids. They almost make contact, not quite. Gives Paul Taylor the opportunity to follow through as well. Cully then gets it all crossed up into Graham Hill Bend. Oh dear, and Martin Cully does very well to avoid rotating the Beetle. Meanwhile, Paul Taylor still in pursuit of David Fairbrother, as Fairbrother gets it all crossed up at Surtees, and Paul Taylor, rather helped there by errors of his rivals. Fairbrother's Scirocco in all sorts of bother. Meanwhile, Mike Smith and Darren Bedford continuing this ferocious tussle for the lead of Class B, and it's now Smith who has moved up ahead of Darren Bedford. Bedford's got the inside line for Surtees, but he's not quite close enough to really make the challenge. The pair of them in the Mark IV Golf GTIs, which have proliferated within this Dunlop VAG Trophy field over the past couple of seasons. Very affordable car to go racing with, very competitive proposition. They don't look too bad either, do they? As Smith and Bedford, just a car length or so between them as they arrive into Westfield Bend. And the challenge of the Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit is there really is no opportunity for relaxation. The drivers are going to be at maximum concentration for the full race duration. Well, here is our race leader, Harry Volkard, on the last lap, and he has led all the way, but he's being caught here by Stuart Lines, and this is not done and dusted just yet for Harry Volkard, because Lines is closing up onto his tail, hand over fist, and there's just a light drizzle beginning to fall as well. Meanwhile, the two Beetles are doing battle as Tony Harberman has come up onto the tail of Martin Cully. Out of Graham Hill Bend, they accelerate along the Cooper Straight and into Surtees. Harberman, the bright red machine, in pursuit then. Martin Cully makes a slight error at Surtees, and Tony Harberman draws alongside Martin Cully as they head out onto the Grand Prix. Look, Cully though is going to have the inside line for Hawthorns. The pair of them very, very close together though. They're also being caught by Nick Sanderson pretty rapidly as well in the South Leon Cupra Cup car. There is Sanderson, the silver and red machine. As the Ray Worson, Stuart Lines is in pursuit here of Harry Volkard, but Volkard is just going to do enough. He takes victory to do the double in the Dunlop VAG Trophy, with Stuart Lines following him through. But for another lap, you've got to wonder whether or not Lines would have come through to win it. Very keenly contested race throughout the field, and it is Harry Volkard who does the double, then Stuart Lines in second. James Pyle completes the rostrum from Richard Morgan and Paul Taylor. In Class B, Mike Smith did hold off Darren Bedford to claim the class, with Rob Allen completing the class rostrum ahead of Chris Adams and Chris Mohan. Huge field of cars, and almost all of them made it through to the checkered flag. Tony Taylor completing the finishers in 27th place. Thoroughly entertaining racing as ever. Now it's time to celebrate the rostrum champagne.
We've certainly found a bit of a method now. I think if we can build something from the start, the car comes off the line amazing. It just foot on the throttle and it just squirts away off the line, so it's absolutely spot on. the main thing that we're struggling with now is tyre life towards the end, and I think that was quite evident there. I mean, another lap or two, I think Stuart probably would have had us, to be honest. But
I really enjoyed it, and Harry's a good driver. I don't mind getting beat by a good decent driver. So, and well done to James. He's driving fantastic. You know, he's really coming on strong. Just shows you, he's got a few difficulties, but he's overcoming them, really, and he's going really fast.
You were really getting pretty close to Stuart at the end. Did you think you might catch him at any point?
I thought I might catch him. I think I was quicker around the back of the circuit, but coming into the hairpin and down the bottom through Graham Hill, I wasn't quite quick enough. But he was just slowly eking away there. But then I caught him again going for the back section. But no, I don't think I couldn't quite get him today. So.
What does another win mean to you?
Well, after the mix-up at Snetterton, I was a bit disappointed. I thought I might have ruined my championship chances, but 2 race wins today. I'm a bit of confidence. Still 4 races to go, so anything could happen. But I'm feeling confident.
I was okay at the start. Got in front, got a lead. Then a few back markers from Class A were coming through the pack, so they got in the way a little bit, which made Mike come catch back on me, get past me, and then it was trying to catch him again, but I couldn't.
I've got 1 or 2 issues with mine, slide down on power, so I struggled, but I managed to defend against Chris to start with, and then that was Chris Mowen, and then Chris Adams in his Golf was cheering me down, and just managed to keep them both behind me, really. And then just those last couple of laps when the rain came in, Chris had a big slide down Paddock Hill Bend, so it just took the pressure off a little bit.
So in terms of the championship standings in Class A, Harry Volkard a healthy buffer over Ken Lark and Richard Morgan. And in Class B, Mike Smith leads the way, but Darren Bedford snapping at his heels, a pair of them well clear of the rest.
Don't go away, because we have more action for you after this short break. See you in a minute. Bye-bye.